What's blazing, everyone? This is Burn the Reality coming at you with another Discord request, and this is going to be anonymous as usual. It's from Tekken 101's Discord server, and yeah. So the first question that I was asked was, in high school, how do I start conversations with people, and what to do when you actually, I'm gonna do the first part of that sentence. In high school, how to start up conversations with people. So I think if you ask people like what they think of certain teachers and certain classes, that's definitely a good start, and that has worked for me. And I don't see, I haven't seen a time where it hasn't worked. To be honest with you, um, it could still fail, but asking people what they think of certain teachers, like, hey, Mr. Brian. Mr. Brian's a pretty cool, chill dude, but I wished his class was easier as well. Or this class is, pretty easy, but I wish the teacher, I wish Mr. Mr. Holloway cared more about the class. You know what I mean? Uh, it's those are general topics that you can choose, like about the school, that you can talk to other students with because they more than likely have those teachers. Especially if you ask someone, uh, you know, in the same class as you, hey, what do you think of the class we're in right now? So there's that. You can also, since you're 14 years old and you're in ninth grade, you can ask people if they have started the driver's education course. Um, I don't know what it would be like in your country. I don't know what country you live in, but I live in the United States, in Oklahoma, the state of Oklahoma. But we have well, you you can either wait until you're 18 to drive, or um, you can take the driver's education course, I believe, when you're 15, either that or you're 15 and a half. So you're pretty young for your age. So I assume other people would have started the driver's education course. Um, you can also ask them, maybe like when they'll get their license, when they'll get their permit license, uh, if they started their driver's course yet. Well, I meant like not the driver's course, but if they started their the driver's test yet, and yeah, and stuff like that. And for number two, you asked, and what to do when your friends are sick. When it didn't happen too often for me in high school, but um, honestly, just tell them and or text them that, hey, I hope you get better soon. Hey, I hope the medicine isn't too strong. But mainly, I hope you get better soon. Is you know a more common thing to say, and is more um, I guess accepted. The And also, you know, with friends, whenever they're sick and you text them, I hope you get better soon, they're gonna think, oh well, I'm glad that this person really cares about me because I'm really sick right now. Because it may be a bit of a, I guess, I don't know, discouragement. Might be the word I'm trying to get at. Whenever you have a friend sick and then you don't end up texting them, I hope you get better soon. Um, you could try going to their house, um, if their parents are okay with that, or parents. But if their parents are okay with that, and you're okay with potentially, contracting a disease yourself, but for the most part, just text them. I hope you get better soon. That can never hurt, really. Um. Oh yeah, and the also the second part of the second question, you asked how to deal with your best friends being in other classes. I Unfortunately I had to deal with this shit in high school, and it kind of annoyed the hell out of me. Besides ninth grade, I did not have any classes with two of my best friends throughout the rest of high school. And in middle school, I had, at least one or two classes with both of them, mainly orchestra. And it's a very typical thing in high school because high school is just naturally bigger. You have a lot more teachers. Yeah, you got a lot more students. You got a lot more classes, and in turn, that leads for more chances for your friends to get split up from you. So I suggest this. I suggest you try to meet in between classes, so what's known as passing period, and try to meet before and or after school, and if not, then try to meet during lunch. That that's helped me a lot tremendously in the high school I went to. Lunch was they basically crammed a lot of students for the in the cafeteria for lunch, and that's when I spent most of my time talking to my friends in high school. Uh, you can also try to meet before and or after school. You can try to, I believe I already said that. Try to go to each other's houses as well, as I said last not episode, last video. Try to go to each other's houses. Honestly, I wish I had done that more throughout high school. I was just too damn shy. I really wish I had spent more time with my friends because right now they're my two friends. They're in college, busting their ass off, and also working a part-time job, and also just they're overall they're just too busy to hang. Um, Usually, for the most part, in high school, you should have more time to hang out with each other, especially especially if you try to hang out in other people's houses where you might stay for 2 hours or more. Who knows? And then instead of in between classes in passing period where you might spend 2 minutes or less of talking. So 2 hours or 2 minutes. I think 2 hours are better, buddy. So and you said I just for the second question you said this is like an addition. I just feel really awkward if my friends are gone. Again, that's very typical in high school because, um, well, I'd say it's very typical for introverts such as ourselves, where in middle school we have less students, we have a tighter clique, so to speak. We got a tighter group, and then in high school it kind of gets there's a lot more students. There gets everything gets more spread around. Your friends have different classes than you do, and it's more awkward because you basically have mainly only talked to those friends. Um, you haven't really started up much conversations with other students and other people in general. So that's why I just feel like it's awkward for you, and that's perfectly normal and okay. And for the third question, you asked, how do I know if I like boys? I know I'm attracted to girls, but it feels like I'm also attracted to boys. So, you are male. That's fact. But honestly, I feel like society has corrupted our minds. Like it really has. Let me get this straight. Like society makes it to where us men can't cry whatsoever. We can't cry, we can't show sadness, we can't show mourning. Sometimes we can't show emotion in general because that's what testosterone filled men do, right? That's what they do. But in reality, which sorry, I'm going to say that a lot cuz it's my favorite word. But in reality, it's a load of bullshit. So you're telling me that if, God forbid, if your mother passes away, then society tells you to not cry over that and to just, pass over it and to just not shed any tears for your mother that passed away. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Why is that a thing? It's okay to cry for the right things. It's okay to cry if it's for the right things. But society would have something different. And where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So because if you were to show your emotions and tell people how you feel, whether it be girl or a guy, that's considered girly. That's considered emotional. You're supposed to repress your emotions and bottle it up inside you because you're a man, right? No, fuck that shit. Fuck society. At least that's what it's like in the United States and in Oklahoma. Fuck this shit. Disregard that shit. And I know I'm attracted to girls, but it feels like I'm also attracted to boys. And how do I know if I like boys? Okay, so you're still going puberty. You probably started, maybe not recently, but you still got quite a bit of way to go for puberty. And, you know, puberty can be just a whole jumble of hormones and chemicals and reactions and all that shit. Um, I know I'm attracted to girls. Um, Perfectly normal for a 14-year-old male. And but it feels like I'm also attracted to boys. You see, like I said, society has made it to where uh, it's a like common thing to repress for us men to repress our emotions and to just not share our feelings. Again, and in reality, that's bullshit. That's just insecurity at its finest. It's okay to tell people how you feel, um, depending on what it is, of course. And with that being said, I think it's more of you think other kids your age, well, I guess you're not really kids anymore. Other men your age, even though you're 14, other men your age, you know, you're going through puberty and you're learning about life and you said you're attracted to boys, but it's probably more about you just think other guys are handsome. Like with me in high school, I thought my two best friends were handsome, especially one of them who actually later on, when he was 19, um, about a year ago, he actually was approached by a woman to go for modeling, which is I was pretty surprised. And he gets like all the girls, which I'm kind of jealous of. But besides the point, I think it's more of you thinking other guys are handsome or good looking, which is perfectly normal. You see, our society has made it to where it's okay for girls to say, call each other pretty, call each other beautiful, but whenever a guy tells another guy that they're handsome or good looking, oh no, 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 that's unacceptable. We can't share our feelings. We have to be testosterone filled alpha male people who have to be as independent as possible, right? No, fuck that shit. But yeah, I think it's more of you recognize handsomeness and good lookingness. I thought so too whenever I was your age, and even years later, I thought that maybe I was gay as well, and nah, I was like, nah. I think it's more of just I think I've really noticed that other guys are handsome, and I appreciate their handsomeness. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I hope it genuinely helps you. I am sorry for all the uhs and pauses. I'm trying my damnedest to help improve that, as I actually just made a pause right now. But yeah, hopefully I can get to Tekken 101's level of speaking and storytelling, because he's a fucking badass at that. So this is Burn the Reality, blazing out.